You never want to be number one because that's not the objective of being number one because, again, it's subjective. You just want to be in the top 52 because it's 52 weeks in the year. You understand? So if Kevin Hart's in Atlanta on week 1, they're going to need somebody week 2. They're going to need somebody week 3. They're going to need somebody week 4. So hell with being one. You just want to be in the top 52 that you in the rotation of a comedy club. I tell comedians that all the time. And you want to root for that person. He's about to be the first billionaire comedian ever. So that means he has opened up doors with the possibilities like rappers that it's $1 billion dude in this profession doing comedy. I'd be damned if this man make $1 billion, man, and I don't make at least 1%.
Yeah.
10%, that's $100 million.
Yeah.
So how is he doing it? Instead of hating on him, duplicate what he's doing unless you feel that you're not talented and he is. Then that's your problem. That's your problem.
That's a mindset thing.
That's a mindset because it's subjective. He found his audience. I never ever felt and seen any of my peers or any of them be in arenas and felt inferior because I never took quantity over quality. Just because you have 18,000, I got 18, don't mean you have a better show than I do. I mean, more people heard about yours, and I need to get a better job of getting them to come see me like you did for yours. I never looked at it. In life has always been my strongest point is perspective. My perspective has always been that. And it's better to come there and do business with, how did you do this? Kevin Hart is one of the hardest working motherfuckers in the world. I told him, ain't no way I could work like you. Ain't no shit. You can tell I ain't got no money because I'm still working. When I get some money, I'm quitting. I ain't shit. I'm enjoying this shit. I'll be damned. You don't see me on everything.
What have you learned from working so closely with him?
The hustle is real. Game is real. Envy is real. Toxic is real. You can't allow outside people change who you are. If you're a good person and you get burned by being a good person, you'll allow them to win twice if that bad person changes you who you are. So you must also continue to give opportunity to other people, even though the last person you gave an opportunity did you wrong. And you got to understand it's an occupational hazard that people are going to come after you when you ain't do nothing to them. And you must, you know what I'm saying? This is a job, and it ain't just about jokes. It ain't about funny. It's about your work ethic. You're a businessman. You're not a businessman, and you must be your best manager. You must be your best agent. You. And like he said, hard work tastes well, tastes good. And, you can't shit on him if he getting up 8 o'clock in the morning doing 252,000 sit-ups and you still laying in the bed till 12 noon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The man is working, he's putting his work in. And, so that's what I learned, hard work tastes well.
What have been some of the ups and downs of your career for doing it for over 30 years? I mean, you're doing it now. Like you've got the shine. But imagine, I know in my own career, I've had some moments where I was like, oh, this is it. And then it's not it, What are some of those hurdles you've had to overcome?
Career-wise, it really hasn't been too many disappointments. Mine has more been personal. With people I associate myself with. You don't want to get into, personally speaking, the arrogance of saying I shouldn't be around that person because I was that person that before I became this person. You know what I mean? But certain people are down there for a reason, and you can't associate with it. If I had to do it all over again, it's a lot of people that I wouldn't have invested time into. I'd have just associated with them. I wouldn't allow them to share my dream. I'd allow them to witness it. I wouldn't have felt that we were a team. I would have treated them as an individual, invite them to the party, but never to the boardroom. Invited them, to the after party, but never to the scheming of it, but it's a lesson learned, and I don't care who they are. You have to be careful who you allow to share your dream, be a part of your dream, and you feel, in my community, you feel obligated because they was around you when you came to, the agreement or realize that you are the one God picked to do this. And you want to be like metaphor, like speak, this us, but it really ain't us. It's a you. God picked you, and you must do you. And Steve Harvey said very much so, everybody that you meet ain't meant to go where you're going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're like boosters in a spaceship, on a shuttle. They supposed to take you as far in and then jettison them rockets off for you to go farther. And I didn't learn that. I was still trying to take the boosters with me to Mars.
Yeah.
And that kept me from going to Mars. And once I jettisoned them off, then I took off.
So you would get an opportunity, but then be distracted by these other...
Well, distracted, turning it over to people that wasn't qualified to handle the moment, allowing people to speak for me that had no reason other than just be there to be a witness, not a spokesman. A lot of things, contaminating my thoughts, you know what I mean? If you look at any celebrity, I personally speaking, if I had to say it, most celebrities that get in trouble is really not them 100%. It's the people that around them that encourage them, give them, put the fuel on the fire. It might be a spark, they'll make it a fire. And, because they don't have your best interest. They haven't grown. Their way of dealing with a problem is still the way they deal with it when they was in the inner city or at their level. They're not looking from the perspective of who you are. You can't deal with it that way. So it took me a while to learn that, but now I got it. And then, but see, I never feared it because I knew. I always assessed who the man was in our profession. And I always knew, I was good enough.
Yeah. I love it. He talk about comedy just like, I mean,
I knew what it is. You know what I mean? I knew I was good enough, and the money never goes down. You know what I'm saying?
I think I heard you say a quote. It was something about like, I don't need to be your favorite comedian. I need your favorite comedian to know me. So when their fans find me, they know what comedy really is. It was something like that.
Well, what I said is, if you don't think I'm funny, go ask whoever you think is funny, am I funny? Mm-hmm. Now, if you think he's funny and he's telling you I'm funny, then it's you.
Yeah.
Because that's the person you look up to. Now go ask, you said I'm funny, so yours must be something else than it. Just say you don't like me, then I'll take that.
Yeah.
But not funny, come on. Let's be real. I tell too many jokes, too many quality jokes in a compact, just together of content more than anybody. There's no way you're not going to find one of these not hilarious to go all the way through. Some people's special only got one good hot thing all the way through. One hot bit. You understand? We 20, 25 bits in the 30s. Come on, man. You sitting there and you ain't find none of these, but yet you say, this dude is funny, so I'm not even going to argue with you. I'm going to ask you, go ask him. You're like, nah, he the man. Then I'm going to ask you, now your man said I'm the man, so you not.
Well, that's what I hear. You're like, yeah, just go on stage and talk. And then I'm like, well, I'm like sitting down and like trying to write jokes and I'm trying to like be structured and all this. And then I'm looking at I'm getting, not to compare, I guess it's all subjective, but it is like, man, is there like another way? It's like the confidence, I guess.
Well, I tried your way and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. Steve helped me with that. True story. We riding in Atlanta. It was Atlanta or Dallas. And I'm right. What the fuck you doing? I said, I'm trying to write this, get this bit. He grabbed a paper, spread it, threw it out, threw the paper and threw it. I said, the fuck you? He said, your shit comes out already. Don't you allow these comedy club owners or managers or other comics to make you do a process that you don't have to do it. You have the gift. Yours come out already. So go with that. And once he told me that, it was all over there. He told me that. He told me it was a wrap after that. I just went up there and started seeing it and running with it and could just go with it. That's why I tape every show. I have taped every show I've ever done because I'm supposed to be disciplined enough to go back and say, oh, I said that. I'm going to work on that. No, I'll just say something else the next day.
You're almost following a feeling more than like words on stage. It's almost like what you're feeling in that moment.
Yeah, I might, long as I keep my environment sterile and keep my mind, that's why I don't take any calls like 4 hours, 3 hours before the show and talk to nobody. Just keep it in there. And I keep it in, and then I say, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about that. And then I just elaborate. That's why I will always do comedy clubs because it allows me to write there. You know what I mean? I can write on say you can't write when you're doing a theater or arena. You don't play with 18,000 people or 6,000 people. Fuck around, get booed. But you can control 400 people, 300 people. You know what I mean? You can search for it. You can draw it out. You know what I mean? You can bring it out, and then once you bring it all out, then you get a thought from here, a thought from there, and then you can pack it together, and then it becomes one thought. And just pat. This little keep going. It's the whole set. And then you look up and say, all right, I got 40 minutes knockout. You understand what I'm saying?